What is up, guys? So today we are going to be working on the design for the URL Dencoder. This video is going to be a little different. If the quality looks different, I'm sorry. I'm recording on my computer because I have my camera packed away right now. I live in Florida, so Hurricane Irma is coming at the moment, so that's why I'm using my computer. But as far as designing this goes, we're not going to go ahead and do low and mid fidelity designs because we already did a lot of mind mapping for this and it's a really simple project, so I don't think it's necessary at all. So I just kind of want to jump into the deep end and just, design the high fidelity version of this website, whatever you want to call it, this tool. So like I said, it's going to be a little different today. I'm going to try and record this really quick so I can get this edited and get it out by Saturday, which is in 2 days. Today is Thursday. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's project. Alright, so before we go ahead and open Adobe XD and start designing, I just wanted to go ahead and show you I've gone ahead and gotten this icon here. It's just an SVG. It's what we're going to be using as a copy button. So I got that before we started doing that. That's about the only thing I have done. And I've also got our coggle open right here. So this is everything that we made in the previous video in this series. So let's go ahead and open Adobe XD. And let's just make the small web one. I don't think we need a big one right now. All right. So this is our web page. I really do want to have a gradient going on in the background here because I don't want an image because I don't want it to load slow, but I don't want it to be a solid color because I kind of find that a little boring. So let's go ahead and just grab this artboard here and let's jump in and make this a gradient. So let's make this top color, let's make it a little like a green, like a blue green, but something kind of bright. Let's try 20, like E6B, something like that. Yeah, I like that. And let's put this over in the corner. Drag this over to the right corner. And then let's make this like still kind of a bright blue, but not quite as bright. So maybe something like 37A0E. I don't know where I'm typing that. 37A0E6. That looks pretty cool. All right. I like that as our background. You like that? Awesome. I hope that means you liked it. Now let's go ahead and add just a little overlay here just to kind of like tone the colors down just a little bit. I can leave it white and maybe make it like 30. Yeah, I think 30 is good. Okay. So there's a few things that we had mentioned in Coggle over here that we wanted for this. So the most important things that we had was the link to donate, contact info, a single page, instructions, and a simple interface. So we are going to do just that. But to get things started, let's go ahead and add our title. So we're going to write this and make it be a URL Dencoder. So this is just going to be like our header up here. Let's go ahead and make this white, bold, bump this up maybe to like 30. Yeah, I think 30 is cool. And maybe 35. All right. Center this. And let's bring it up here and down just like 15 pixels or something like that. That's pretty cool. All right, so, oh yeah, let's go ahead and save this. I'll just name it URL Dencoder and put it on my desktop. And now we're gonna need a couple other things. So I'm thinking down at the bottom here, we'll go ahead and make another line of text, and let's just say a project by Zachary R. Newton. Zoom in here. Let's make this Whoops. Let's go ahead and make this white. Alright, there we go. That's white. And I want to make this bold. That's pretty cool. And maybe I should make these like medium. Bold's a little too bold for me right now. Yeah, I like that a bit better. Let's go ahead and change this to medium as well. That way it's not too different. Again, let's center this, and then let's bring this like 15 pixels up off the bottom. Perfect. So now we're going to need two other things. We're going to need instructions, and let's just put that in first. Instructions, and then we're going to need a button for donate. Donate. Okay. All right, so we got those. And let's go ahead and make them white. I think that size is fine, but let's go ahead and rotate these just a little bit. So let's come up here. We're going to make this 270 degrees. And bring it 15 pixels off the side. And then we're going to do the same thing with this, but in the opposite direction. So this is going to be 90 degrees centered vertically. And then 15 pixels off the side. Whoops. 15. Okay. Cool. So I think that's good for our navigation. We got our donation instructions, my developer credit down here, and then we got the title of this up here. So there's really only a couple things that this is going to do. It's going to literally encode a URL or decode a URL. So let's go and make a rectangle. Let's make the height of this like 50 pixels. That's cool. Border radius 4 pixels. What's 8 pixels look like? Let's go 8 pixels. The center of this is going to be kind of dark, but also opaque. That's cool. And let's make this border nice and white and maybe thicken it up just a little bit right there. Sweet. Now this can get centered directly in the middle of the page, just like that. And now we need to go ahead and add our little copy button. So let's just make a little space for this here. Let's go, we're going to want 8 pixels on the top right and bottom right, and then 0 on the left top and left bottom. Let's go ahead and push this over just a little bit, just like that. All right, and let's make sure our width is the same as our height, so it's a square, so that's 50 pixels. Bring this back over here. Sweet. Save it, and let's go ahead and grab our image, our SVG over here in desktop. Copy SVG. Cool. Let's just bring this on over and drag it in here. I like that. Centered inside the little button here. Perfect. And there we go. That is almost our entire input. We just need to go ahead and, add some filler text into it. So let's grab some text and let's put, do you even Dencode, bro? That sounds fun. Let's bring in like 20 pixels off the edge here. 20 pixels. And I think this can be, that can be white. Maybe this can be a little more opaque. 15. That's cool. And then we can let's bring the opacity of this down just a little bit. Just until you start typing in it. Maybe 50. 50 is cool. I like 50. All right. Do you even Dencode, bro? Perfect. Now we need a couple of buttons. But before we add buttons, let's give this just a little shadow. Cool. I really like XD's default shadow, so we'll just roll with that. Let's go ahead and make these, well, 50 pixels high. That was easy. Let's go ahead, get rid of the border, make them have a 8-pixel border all the way around, and let's go ahead and throw some text in here. So this is going to say encode. Perfect. And then this is going to say decode. Sweet. Now I don't think these buttons need to be quite this large with the text in them. So let's bring this down to like 16. Maybe. No, I kind of like 18. All right, let's leave it at 18. But this needs a little more width on here. Let's bring this out. Let's go 160. Cool. Cool. All right. All right. Now let's you know, we didn't save those colors. Let's grab our colors here and, you know, save them because we're going to use them again. And the other color was this one. All right. Now we got our colors. Let's go ahead and let's make this one that nice blue, and let's make this one that nice green color right there. I think that looks pretty neat. Let's group these together. Make sure they're 30 pixels apart from each other. That's pretty cool. Group those, center it. Make sure it's 30 pixels from the bottom of the input. And then let's go ahead and add drop shadow to this because I didn't do that yet. All right, I like that. That's pretty nice. So the donate button is just going to take you to a completely different website. It's probably going to go to like a PayPal account or something like that. A project by Zachary R. Newton. If you click that, it's just going to take you to my personal portfolio website. And if you click instructions, I'm thinking we can have some sort of instructional like pop out come from the side. So let's go ahead and duplicate this artboard down here. And then we will just make this, let's just name it like instructions. And we can name this one home. Alright, so back down here on this instructions, I know we're going to need a couple things. One of them is going to be an overlay over all of this so we can darken it up a bit. Let's go ahead and make this black and then maybe make this like 60%. That looks pretty good. Alright, now we're going to need like a little, well, not a little, let's make it a large card pop out here. Let's go like this, something like this. Again, 8 pixels of border radius on it all. Remove the border. And let's just go ahead and make the width straight 700 pixels. Center it up. Could just use that. Let's go ahead and just give this a little bit of shadow as well. Just cause. Then we can come in here and let's write instructions. I like, it's going to be almost black. Let's go 1A, 1A, 1A. Bump this up to, I think 30 is good, and make this medium. And then we can go in the center, and what do you think, like 30 pixels from the top here? Yeah, I'm thinking 30 pixels from the top. That's cool. And now we can go ahead and add a couple other things. So let's go ahead and make a little text box here. And this is going to be the instructions for encoding. So let's just say to encode a URL, type in what you need to encode, e.g. do you even encode, bro? Click, the encode button, and the result will look like this. Yeah, so let's go ahead and we can write out what this is going to look like in quotes. Okay, so it's going to be do, and then a space when it's encoded is %20 u %20 even %20 Dencode %20 bro %20. And then a question mark is it's %3 f, like that, I believe. All right, that's good enough for this. Let's go ahead and make this near black and then bring it up a bit past 1A, 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 4D, a little more than 4D. Let's go. That's a little creepy, but sure. Let's get this centered here. Let's make the text just smaller, or Sure, let's go 18. And then let's multiply 18 times 1.5 because I like that. And it's 27. So we're going to have the line height of 27 and bring this down just a little bit. And then we're going to need like a little header here for encoding, because this is how you're going to do this. Let's make this like that and make this medium. That's cool. Bring it up like 10 pixels. Let's bring this down here. Change this to decoding. And then this whole thing is pretty much going to be, it's going to be kind of similar, but let's go ahead and just write this. So it's going to say to decode a URL, type in an already encoded URL, e.g. If it sounds like I'm reading, it's because I am reading. I did write this down beforehand, so I didn't have to come up with it on the spot, but sorry. All right, so we're going to put this in here because, this is what we already encoded or got already encoded. So it's just going to go right here, comma, click decode, and result will look like normal again. And we can again just copy this here and just go ahead and paste it in here, just like that. All right, so there are our instructions. I think it can be, we can group this together. No, let's not group that yet. I want this to be, let's go 600. Cool. Now let's group these together and then center this. Same thing with this. I want this to be a width of 600. Then we can group these together and center it. And then now there's one last thing that we need to do. When you click on the instructions, how are you going to get away from the instructions? I don't really want to go in and code up with JavaScript. You know, when you click on the overlay, it'll disappear, or when you click an X, I don't want to go ahead and do that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go and add a button right here. So again, let's make this height of 50. Let's go for 170 again. Whoops. 170 at the moment for now. Let's get rid of this, give it a border radius of 8. Let's change the fill to this nice, lovely green color. Give it a shadow. And inside of it, let's go ahead and write get to it! Exclamation mark. Then let's go ahead and just make this white. Center it inside of here. Group this, center it inside a little pop-up. And then let's go ahead and take this like 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up from the bottom there. That's cool. And then let's group this and center it vertically like that. And then bring it down like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 30 pixels. Maybe. Or we could just leave it there. Let's see, we don't need this as tall. Whoops. Just go ahead and fix this up a little bit. Same here. Fix this up a little bit. All right. I think 30 pixels in between. Those are good. And then now, there we go. We can bring this up a little bit, like 10 pixels. I like that. That feels much better. And so now when you go ahead and click on get to it, it'll just take you back to this page here. So if we were to prototype this awesome little piece of 2 pages up, this is going to come in and it's going to slide right. Let's do, yeah, ease out should be fine. And then when you click this button here, it's gonna well, here we can just do this. We can just say previous artboard, and that's just gonna replay the same kind of transition but in reverse. So if we go ahead and watch this, blah blah blah, we got all this stuff. Click instructions. Oh, there's the instructions, and then get to it, right back out. I think that will make that a little faster when we actually code that up. And it's not going to be an entire page sliding over. It will just be the overlay and the instruction box. But you can't currently do that in Adobe XD yet. But I do believe that is coming sometime soon. That would be awesome. I would really appreciate that and could use it in a lot of my other projects all the time. So yeah, this is the rough, like, high fidelity design of the tool that we will be building in the next video. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If it helped you, subscribe. And if you like this channel and the content that I am creating, please go on over to my Patreon account at patreon.com/ZacharyRNewton, where you can support me and this channel and help me create better videos every week. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.